So my name is Melissa Talevera-Amigo. I have been with Allied about 23 years now, and I am Vice President. So I always feel so guilty when people ask, what were you doing during the hurricane? And the truth is that because I was staying with family and not in the home where I lived in, I was staying in a room that had no windows in an area that really wasn't as severely impacted as my home was. So I was actually 14 years old and I was just starting high school. And so that area was devastated, and so I had to actually enroll in a different high school because of that, because of the hurricane, the impact. So from what I remember, we did have a little prep time and where everyone was trying to get the boards up, get bottled water, some non-perishables and things like that. But I had to stay where I was, and I could not travel to be with my mom and my brother, who were basically in the Redlands area. Thankfully, my mom and my brother were okay, and that is due to my brother. He was about, I want to say, maybe 11 years old, and they had been sitting in the dining room, which had a cathedral ceiling. And my brother, just moments before impact, he said, "Mom, I don't think we're safe here. I think we should go into the bathroom." And he then hauled this mattress to put on top of them. And it was only minutes before there was impact on the house, and the roof was ripped off of the home. So after the storm, trying to get my mom and my brother, who had stayed in our home, on the phone was obviously not happening. And so my dad and I traveled to the home, and that was in and of itself just devastating and something that changes you forever. There were no street lights, there were no signs to label the streets, and so everything was really on the ground, trees, light posts, everything, you name it. There was a stretch where we had to get off of the car and we had to walk to the home, which we didn't even recognize. The home had no roof. So when I think of the aftermath, what comes to mind is a lot of devastation, but a lot of community. And everyone had to come together because everyone had had the same experiences in losing their homes, and FEMA was out there. That's when I really knew what FEMA stood for, as it really did impact my family in a positive way. And so I just remember it being a time of community and rebuilding, and a sense of belonging, that everyone was able to rebuild together out of such a devastating time. And that's one of the reasons that I think this is such a time for Allied to really celebrate this anniversary, because it's what Allied is. It's community, it's rebuilding, it's coming together, and just a huge representation of that time after Hurricane Andrew. I think that Hurricane Andrew did change us for the better in many ways, and some of those are, we'll start off with the building code and the changes that have been made because of that are for our protection. Also, there are many more ways to access and stay ahead of when a storm is coming and be able to prepare. And I think lastly, just going through the highlights, is us not taking these things for granted, and how we do prepare for storms and not just think, oh, well, this is, it's just gonna pass, or it's not gonna be as severe. No. When you went through Hurricane Andrew and you went through the things that we went through, we view that differently, and we definitely take all the time that we can to prepare.